Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at another round of potential free agents for the Cowboys. Last video we covered defensive tackles. If you missed that, I will have a link here for you guys to click on. Today we're taking a look at linebackers, baby. This is serious. Cowboy time. You know how we roll here. You know how we rock it. Got to do the swipe, the cap swipe. All right, guys. So linebacker. It's a very contentious conversation. Linebackers, it feels like it's a need for the Cowboys. The injuries that have popped up with Leighton, Vander, Esch, he's kind of getting that injury-prone tag. Okay, the Cowboys have yet to announce if they're going to pick up his fifth-year option. Okay, so you have to wait and see what's going to go on with that. There, Jaylon Smith, he has plateaued. He still has a little bit of that hitch when he runs, the change of direction. It's evident. I love Jaylon Smith. That's my university. That's my boy. But it's become a detriment, and teams have recognized that they can hit the Cowboys for easy first downs, covering tight ends. Not very good at that. And, like I said, change of direction. He's kind of limited to downhill only. And pass rushing, which they said they were going to do last season, they didn't do it. So there was no Notre Dame Jaylon Smith last season, like Mike Nolan was saying. They didn't do it. And maybe it was a byproduct of they just, they were just getting exposed in the passing game. These offensive coordinators are very mindful of, how to convert first downs, who they can expose. Jaylon Smith is a little bit of that. All right. So who can the Cowboys add? I have a couple of names here that you need to keep in mind, and I'll explain how they can help out the Cowboys. First one on the list, Jayon Brown, okay, out of the Tennessee Titans, 25 years old, 6 foot, 227 pounds, all right. 216 tackles throughout his career so far, 17 tackles for a loss. So Jayon Brown, he's kind of a rotational kind of guy, but he's kind of picked up some momentum here as he's going to enter free agency, depending on what the Titans do. Will they give him a contract? How big of a contract would it be? I think this is a player that will be affordable, okay, and he would be an upgrade and somebody that you could really count on as being your third linebacker. I like his versatility. You can play him anywhere, in any position. You can play him at Mike, you can play him at Sam, and the Will linebacker position. I think he does it all, and diagnoses the run plays really well. He can read the quarterback really well. He's made some interceptions, forced fumbles, tackles for life. He's well rounded. Okay, low key. I think people are sleeping on him. Okay. The next linebacker that I really like that the Cowboys need to consider in this free agency cycle is going to be Eric Wilson, the linebacker from the Minnesota Vikings, 26 years old, 6'1", 230 pounds, 122 tackles in his career, 8 tackles for loss. All right, so this player is up and coming. It's possible that he may even stick there. From what I'm reading around here, he's a big part of that young defense that's up and coming. In my last video, I covered Jaleel Johnson, the defensive tackle from the Vikings. Eric Wilson is another young piece of that defense. So are these guys going to be able to test free to say if they are? Eric Wilson should be on the Cowboys' radar as a possible replacement for somebody or somebody that you want to have in the mix. All right. I like him. He can play all these guys I'm talking about. Most of them can play all three positions. Eric Wilson will give you some extra pop as a Sam linebacker, nickel, and that kind of thing. He can come off. He can give you some pass rush. He's got some wiggle to him. He can get to the quarterback and give you some pressure. So very physical linebacker, and he's a presence out there. So let's see what happens there. Cowboys should have interest in that one there. The next linebacker I'm looking at, Jarrad Davis out of the Detroit Lions, 26 years old, 6'1", 227 pounds, former first-round pick. I think there was a souring there with Jarrad Davis and the staff there over the last couple seasons. Former Florida Gator standout linebacker, winning the first round a couple years ago. I think he's going to be on the move. He's going to be on the free agent market. He'll sign somewhere. 305 tackles for his career, 19 tackles for a loss. Okay, so when we're looking at tackles for loss, these are the ones that really I like to look at because they're they're recognizing the play, kind of before the snap, and then they can hit. They can hit these running backs in the backfield, the quarterbacks. They can bust up plays in the backfield, cause fumbles, and this sorts of things. So Jared Davis, by some, might be considered a bust. This might be one of these Will McClay type of reclamation projects. Okay, so that's kind of why I have him on the list, but you can't discount the productivity. He does have pretty good numbers there, so keep an eye on Jared Davis. All right, the next one for me, Denzel Perryman, from the San Diego Chargers or LA Chargers, whatever the hell you want to call him now. 28 years old, 5'11", all right, 240 pounds, 349 tackles in his career, 26 tackles for a loss. Okay, now like I said, most of these linebackers can play all three. For Denzel Perryman, I see him more as more of a Mike linebacker, somebody that you want to have in the middle. He is a sideline to sideline, but I wouldn't consider him a Sam linebacker by any means. I don't think you want to have him in coverage either, so I don't think you want to have him as a will either. So Denzel Perryman, probably more of a Mike linebacker, but somebody that you can bring in the rotation. But a very, very good linebacker in my opinion. I think he's put up some pretty good numbers. Former, star linebacker from the University of Miami, the U. So keep an eye on that one there. The next free agent the Cowboys should have on the radar, and I think will be on the radar, is KJ Wright. All right, 31 years old, 6'4". Okay, so a little bit taller than a lot of these other guys. 246 pounds, 941 tackles in his career. He's had a pretty long career. 66 tackles for loss. So very smart player. Can read and recognize. Like I said, mag tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That's what you want. And a leader on that Seattle defense for a very long time. Dan Quinn, familiarity here with him. So could be somewhere that you want to bring in here for a rotational piece and somebody that can contribute still. I think he still has some gas in the tank. So KJ Wright, let's see if he wants to stick around there in Seattle, or does he want to rejoin Dan Quinn and see if he can help this defense improve a little bit. Give you some leadership and give you some productivity as well. So my last option would be Sean Lee. Okay, 35 years old. He'll be 35 years old when the season starts. 6'2", 245. 802 tackles for his career. That's a whole lot there. He's right at the very top there in Cowboys franchise history, up there with the best, if not number one. He's pretty up there. But he only had 20 tackles last season. The injuries are just doing him in. So, where will he go? Are they going to fold him into the coaching staff of this team under Dan Quinn? Does he try to give the Cowboys one more year as strictly a backup / coach type of player for the bare minimum? That might be what they do. Maybe he retires. We'll see there, but we'll see about Sean Lee. But for all my other external free agents, I think all these guys hit the mark as far as what you want for your defense. A lot of these guys, for the most part, have had healthy careers. A lot of these guys are not very injury prone, and they've put up numbers, and they help the defense. They will be sought after to a certain degree. Some of these guys will demand a little bit more money than others, and some of these will be in that sweet spot that the Cowboys, typically have done in years past. So these players, I think, Eric Wilson might be in that first wave, that first week of free agency. I think that's the best one, my favorite one from this group of linebackers. Everybody else, well, maybe even Jayon Brown. I think people, like I said, might be sleeping on him. But Jared Davis, Perryman, KJ Wright, these will be, more of what the Cowboys might look at as far as like week 3, 4, and 5 of free agency. You know how the Cowboys are. So a pretty good gamut of options here for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Any of these guys interest you? Is there anybody, outside of this list that you would want the Cowboys to take a look at? Let me know what you guys think, what you think. But for this team, we're having a lot of players leave here. Do you want to bring back Joe Thomas, these other guys? I want to continue to churn, Let Dan Quinn give his input and the type of player he wants. A lot of these guys pretty quick. They have good speed, great turn of directions. None of these guys really have big limitations Jared Davis, like I said, maybe a little bit more of that, more of a reclamation project. But I like this list of players here. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to all my subscribers, all my members, and we'll keep this thing going, guys. Don't forget to check tomorrow. I will be live with the legend, the GOAT, Vouch Lombardi. So come back tomorrow for a live stream in the afternoon. We'll be doing that. But that's all I have, guys. Peace!